understanding true love. Understanding true love. Understanding true love. Guys, just go straight to Modua. Yeah, that's where we are. Understanding true love. Now, let's begin this way. Every time you mention the word love, it sends different signals to the minds of different people. And one very, very amazing thing about love is that love, on many instances, is better explained than defined. Because when you try to define love, then different sets of people have different definitions and opinions about what love is and what love means. But let's try to help us to get understanding of true love by looking at the definition of love and explaining it in diverse dimensions just to help us to get clarity. Because many times when people think of love, they think of the feeling of love, but love is definitely more than a feeling. So love has generally been accepted as a strong feeling of deep affection. A strong feeling of deep affection for something or someone. A strong feeling of deep affection for something or someone. I love ice cream. I love football. I love my mother. I love my wife. I love my daughter. Now you are using the word love, but you know that you are not saying the same thing. Because if you say you love ice cream, you love football, you love your mother, you love your wife, you love your daughter, there is no way you can be equating your wife with ice cream or your mother with football. Do you understand that now? But every time you hear the word love, that's why we're going to look at different aspects. When you say love, what exactly does it mean? What are the different dimensions? Because many times it is generally seen as a feeling of deep affection. When you have a deep affection for something, or you have a deep affection for someone, they now say, oh, he loves football. Oh, he loves food. Oh, he loves sleeping. Oh, he loves talking. He loves, so people now begin to see that as love. But there are things that characterizes that feelings of deep affection that helps us to identify is a true love and not anything else as we begin to explore. Number one, a willingness to give and care. When it is true love, there will be a willingness to give and a willingness to care. Now, when it is willing to collect, it's not true love. When it does not care, it's not true love. So if someone truly loves you and someone truly loves something, they will be willing to give to it. What you give to is a proof of what you love. What you care for is a proof of what you love. Who you give to is a proof of who you love. Who you care for is a proof of who you love. Because we have a lot of people. I was telling someone recently, and she was having issues with her husband, and she's now using the children as a pawn to try to know. And she was just on and on and on. So I told her something. I said, listen to me. I said, no matter how good you think you are, you can't be the father to those children. God wired marriage in such a way that there are things the children will never have without a man in their life. So I said, let me give you a revelation. I said, there are bad husbands that are great fathers. I said, so I want to ask you a question. Does he love his children? Has he been who like you know who like you? It's like he loves the children. That's why that's the only thing that will pain him. I said, then you are a bad mother. I said, you may be a good wife, but you are now a bad mother. So he's a bad husband, a good father. You are a good wife in your own estimate, but you are now a bad mother because you are now trying to deprive your children that you claim to love from a love that can give them wholeness. And many times we don't understand because every time we think from the point of what favors us. I say, you are using children as a pawn. The problem is between two of you. These children didn't beg to come into the world. You brought them into the world. Now you want to mess their life up by your own irresponsibility. I say irreconcilable differences. There are no irreconcilable differences, just irreconcilable people. Hello? So number one, when we are talking about this love, One of the character that will help you know that this one is true is what the person is willing to give. And then the person really cares for you. How can someone say they love you? You told them you are not feeling fine, you're on your way to the hospital, and 2 days later they have not called. I say, oh love me, oh busy. Something is wrong with you. Hello? The eye that will follow you to old age will start bringing muko in the early morning. Warning signal here. You told a man that you are not feeling fine. He called you, I'm not feeling fine, I'm on the way to hospital now. I'm going to see a doctor. And he didn't call to say, how far are you in the hospital now? What happened? He didn't call. 2 days. Stop fooling yourself. What you care for is a proof of what you love. Hello? Listen and listen well. Hello, beautiful people. The word POUR is an acronym for passing over opportunities repeatedly. And I've said it over and over again. It is better to be prepared, waiting for opportunities, than for opportunities to come and meet you unprepared. October 2025, we did the pre-launch of the Madiba Palm Tree Farm. We launched at that point for those that believed in us, and a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Thomas, bought 10 hectares. You heard me right, 10 hectares at the pre-launch level. In less than 1 year, when we launched in January 2026, their investment has already given them 50% return in less than 5 months. Guess what will happen? By the time we're done with this launch offer, by the middle of the year, we're looking at May, June 2026, we're going to be increasing the price of the Madiba Palm Tree Farm. So if you are listening to me right now, don't allow this opportunity to pass you by. Take advantage of the opportunity now to lock down your portion of 1 acre, 1 hectare, 10 acre, 10 hectares. If you have money sitting down in the bank, instead of doing cash banking, come do land banking and come do palm tree farm. So we want everyone listening to me right now to take advantage of this opportunity. You don't want to look back and say, and I heard when the land was 4 million. I heard when it was 6 million. And then now they will tell you it's 20 million. We're going to be planting. The nursery is ready. The farm is ready. So you are plugging into something that is on the way to producing. So we look forward to welcoming you. I'm Olumide Emmanuel, and I approve this message. This is your opportunity to have a slice. Life. Every time she asks for something, you give. The time she asks and you don't have to give, she begins to form. She doesn't love you. She loves what you give. Hello, that kind of woman, when you enter trouble or you're lower, OYO, you're on your own. So begin to understand this now, because many of the marital problems we're trying to settle, they are married that should never take place in the first place. If all things being equal, you shouldn't have married in the first place. The Bible says, look, as a pastor, there are still questions I have that I have not gotten answer to. That means I'm asking God. He said, what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. The one that God didn't join, God. The one that joined them said, I love him, I love her. And what you are calling love, when you saw her, that's what you are calling love. You have failed. You have Hello, number 2. A willingness to make sacrifices to please. A willingness to make sacrifices to please. You are willing to make sacrifices to please the person. And let me tell you, one of the mark of the sacrifice, you won't need to say it. So that will help you, because many of you don't understand this code. When somebody has made sacrifice to please you and they are saying it, do you know what I had to go through? Something's wrong. They won't need to say it, because it's not about you. It's just about who they are. By the time they start saying it, it means they use the sacrifice as a weapon to deceive you. They knew that the sacrifice would get to you, so they did it, not because they love you, but so they now have to be telling you to use it to manipulate you again. Because if it's who they are, the sacrifice is already who they are. It's just natural to them. It's a sacrifice, but it's their nature. It's who they are. Do you understand it now? Because many times we don't understand that people are players. There are women that play games. There are guys that play games. And many people don't know all these things. So that you will not go and enter one chance. Hello? Number 3. Respect, honor, and appreciation. 2. and for one another. One of the characteristics is that there will be respect, there will be honor and appreciation. Sir, I know you are the one that brought the money for the food to be cooked. But if she cooked and served you, thank you is not an error. Oh, thank you, babe. That was nice. To say, why should I thank her? Money. No, we give her money. No, that's not love. Because many of you, that's why I tell people, don't marry an African man. Don't marry an African woman. Hello? Africans don't understand romance. They call it Western life. But this is romance here. To honor someone, to appreciate you. That's romance. Romance is not to kiss and touch. No. It's you that is Nollywood and Bollywood and that gave you that definition. That's no. Romance is just be good. Be a good person. Because when you are good and you are caring, you are romantic. Abi alai, woman, somebody good. It's not to touch you. That touch God will irritate you if the man is not romantic. Don't touch me. It's every time you want to, you now be what? Hello. Sensitivity to the welfare of another. Sensitivity to the welfare of another. Let me say this. At the risk of being misunderstood. Listen, women, please, when a man really loves you, be careful what you say around him. Be careful the complaints you make around him. Be careful the desires you express around him. Because when a man truly loves you, all those things put him under pressure to perform. Many of the armed robbers and Yahoo boys that you see, now woman they cause them. I'm telling you, they are trying to please somebody. I'm telling you, so every time someone loves you, they are sensitive to your welfare. So when you are saying, this shoe, is tight, I should have another shoe by now. When you say that around somebody that loves you, you have just placed a pressure on him. People that don't love you don't care. They will say, but when people really love you, once you say that, you're like, my wife needs new shoe. They start thinking of how to, I'm telling you, they start putting themselves under pressure. It's not you putting them under pressure, but that's the way it is. Love is so sensitive. It's so what? Sensitive. Now, guys, let me help you understand this. When a woman loves you, you have to be careful of your freedom and liberty with other women. Hello? Listen. It's not jealousy. Our God is a jealous God. So you are a married man. Be careful whether they are married or single. There are things that as a married man you have to be careful, because if someone loves their sensitive, it's like, no. Hey, my baby. Everybody's your baby, and your wife is like, hey, baby. Hello? You are a married man, you are giving somebody else a nickname. So somebody else has a nickname you used to call them. It's not a crime, it's not a sin, but I'm telling you, love is so sensitive that if somebody really loves you, all those things are like, so this person will have a nickname. Hello? So there are boundaries you must not cross. Once you get engaged, there are some things you must not do. Hello? Are you ready for this? For those who know what. Yes, it's 1st of May 2026, and this is the best month of the year, because this month on the 20th of May will be my birthday, and as my custom is in the last few years, I have good news for you. So I say congratulations to you, because between the 1st of May and the 30th of May, you have an opportunity to plug into the 50% promo in our Genesis Estate Abuja. Yes, you heard me right. 50% birthday promo. So instead of 20 million, you pay just 10 million naira. With 10 million naira, you have a plot of land. It covers for all your documentation, covers for developmental and infrastructural due, no extra payment, and you'll be allocated immediately you complete your payment. Listen and listen well. We have just 50 plots available for this birthday promo. So you have this month of May to plug in, and we'll give you 90 days to complete payment, but your first deposit must come in this month. So Genesis Estate, Outer Balefi, behind Bingham University, you have no reason not to plug in. Congrats in advance. I hope you know there's a difference between audio call and video call. Hello? So what is so special about that person that you are now doing video call? Can you imagine your wife in nightgown on the bed and doing video call? How will you feel? Because sometimes you need to flip the coin. I've taught you before. Role reversal. Reverse it. Put yourself in the other person's shoe. Then you will gain perspective. Because sometimes men don't get it until it is flipped and reversed. Then they will now see it. Oh, that's true. Hello? She's just my friend. She's just my colleague. Why are you so jealous? Why are you always... No problem. When she too now has a guy that is just her friend, just her colleague, and she's doing exactly what you are doing, you will gain perspective. And then having a feeling or affection that does not take another for granted. And this is very common in Christianity. Common in Christianity, taking each other for granted just because of our values. Hello? Just because of our values. Because a man has a value that he will never hit a woman. You are not, hit me. Shebi, you are a man, hit me. Some people, they are not broken like that too. You know, pastors are like doctors. Members are like patients. Some are responding to treatment. And some are not responding to treatment. So if you think that because you met the brother in church, long by it, they will slap you with joy. Hello? So are you getting what I'm saying now? So don't take each other for granted. A lot of men take women for granted. A lot of women take men for granted, especially in Christian marriages and Christian relationships. You just feel that because you have married the guy, it's not going anywhere. You now start dressing like a grandmother. The man is telling you, I don't like these eyelashes. I don't like this wig. You are not attractive. You look like a witch. You look like a prostitute. You are not, and you think that that's what people want. Ask your man what he wants. You know the amazing thing about women? They will tell you they are dressing for you. Yet, when you tell them what you don't want, they will be arguing with you. If you are really dressing for me, stop this hypocrisy. If you are dressing for me, you will wear what I say I like, not what you like. So you are not dressing for me, dress for yourself. Let's understand that you are dressing. Don't be hypocritical about you are dressing for me. And then you are wearing things that I don't like and you are claiming you are dressing for me. Hello? Hello? A lot of men take their women for granted. And the way men talk to women sometimes, like, is she like your slave that you went to market to buy and you went to auction and brought her in? Is he another human being? A creature of Christ, a daughter of Zion. They are talking to anyhow. Because the way some men talk to their wife, you will see verbal abuse. You will see that, you will know that this person is demeaning this person, and this person does not have appreciation for this person. Taking each other for granted. And many of you that are single now, take your eye to the market. Shine your brain. Hello? Don't just shine your eyes, shine your brain. Because if you shine your eyes, you will see 6 sparks, even though there's no 6 figure. Shine your brain. Because before you ever marry anybody, the warning signals will be there. When you ignore them, when you enter, you now become pastor, pray. There's nothing we can do. We'll just tell you patience. And you know that there are levels: patience, endurance, then long suffering. So when you come to pray, just be patient with him. After a while, if he doesn't change, you need to endure. And then when he does, you need to suffer long. I'm a pastor. That's who cancer. He won't tell you to leave your husband. What you will late. Hello? So let's look at three things as we begin to wrap up this module 1. Every time we talk about love, there are two other things that contends with love. It's called lust and infatuation. Love, lust, and infatuation. So in understanding true love, we need to understand that lust is not love, infatuation is not love. Lust is not love, infatuation is not love. Love is a strong feeling of deep affection for someone characterized by all the things we have looked at. But lust is primarily a strong sexual desire or drive. You saw in the Bible how that a man saw a woman and wanted her, and the very minute it was true, he hated her. That's lust. So lust is about sexual drive. You saw her, the breast was enticing you and calling you for attention. You saw her, the bum was something else, the shape was something else, and in your brain, hey, wow, if I can just undo this one, hey, heaven will come down. And then you are lusting after her. That's lust. But once you are true, it's like next. Now, so lust is all about what? Sexual drive. And you see, the problem with many of us is that we think that it is only men that lust. We think it's only men that love sex. You are fooling yourself. Women do the same. Women lust. They will be looking at that. They'll be drooling like that. This guy. I'm telling you. So it's both ways. But because many people don't understand, and people get into all this nonsense debate. Who cheats more? Who cheats more? That just deceive yourself. Who cheats more? If I'm going to tell, I will say women cheat more. But I won't say that because everybody cheats equally. Because if the men are cheating more than women, who are they cheating with? Are they cheating with us? Is it not women they are cheating with? Hello? Is it not women they are cheating with? Hello, beautiful people. The word poor is an acronym for passing over opportunities repeatedly. And I've said it over and over again. It is better to be prepared, waiting for opportunities, than for opportunities to come and meet you unprepared. October 2025, we did the pre-launch of the Madiba Palm Tree Farm. We launched at that point for those that believed in us, and a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Thomas, bought 10 hectares. You heard me right, 10 hectares at the pre-launch level. In less than 1 year, when we launched in January 2026, their investment has already given them 50% return in less than 5 months. Guess what will happen? By the time we're done with this launch offer, by the middle of the year, we're looking at May, June 2026, we're going to be increasing the price of the Madiba Palm Tree Farm. So if you are listening to me right now, don't allow this opportunity to pass you by. Take advantage of the opportunity now to lock down your portion of 1 acre, 1 hectare, 10 acre, 10 hectares. If you have money sitting down in the bank, instead of doing cash banking, come do land banking and come do palm tree farm. So we want everyone listening to me right now to take advantage of this opportunity. You don't want to look back and say, and I heard when the land was 4 million. I heard when it was 6 million. And then now they will tell you it's 20 million. We're going to be planting. The nursery is ready. The farm is ready. So you're plugging into something that is on the way to producing. So we look forward to welcoming you. I'm Olumide Emmanuel, and I approve this message. This is your opportunity to have a slice. The one you don't understand is that a woman can cheat and code. Oh, my code. Oh, my code. And then she will even introduce you to the person. And you'll be a friend to the person. Women are more dangerous in that department. Though. Haven't you seen how many people now are doing DNA and being surprised? Because you say you have 4 children, are you sure? Hello? So lust is more about sexual drive. And that's why you have to be careful what you expose yourself to. The Bible makes us to understand that out of the abundance of the heart. And they say, guard your heart with all, for out of it comes what? The issues of life. So your eyes and your ears are the windows to your heart. So all this pornographic thing you are exposing yourself to, all this sensual music you are listening to, do you know some music are so explicit? And you are like, is this a song or pornography? The songs and these visuals are messing up your mind that when you see someone, the first thing you are thinking of is sex. and you don't find out whether you truly love them. And many times, a lot of people have gone into relationship based on sexual tension. And then after the thing has went away, there's nothing to keep them. And they're looking for the next fix. That's why we have a lot of side chick and side cocks. Infatuation. Infatuation is in the same category with lust, because it's also about sexual drive and desire. But one of the difference between infatuation and lust and love is time. Someone say time. So you see, when it comes to infatuation, let me ask you a question. You don't need to answer if you don't want to. But how many of you have ever seen someone, either male or female, you felt so good, like, wow, this person is beautiful. And then a few hours later, you ask yourself what came over you. You're like, what did I see here? It's infatuation. That's what it's called infatuation. Is that such? Maybe because the person was looking good that day, they dressed well, or they just went to salon, their hair was looking good, or they fit into a picture that you have preconceived before now. Because most of the time, what you call beautiful is a function of the software that has been installed in your mind. There is nobody that is actually ugly. Your reference of beauty is the software that runs your mind based on your upbringing, your environment, your background. So you say, that person is beautiful. Somebody says, what's beautiful here? It's your preference. Hello? Are you getting what I'm saying now? So these things you need to understand. So many of you are just being infatuated. In January, you are in love with somebody. By February, it's another person. By March, it's another person. By April, every Sunday, you are jumping from person to person. No, it's not love. That's not love. So, because people don't understand this, have you heard, I don't love him anymore? I don't love her anymore. It's because most of the time, people don't really understand what love is. So when they say, I don't love him anymore, it's more about feeling. I don't feel the way I used to feel anymore. So they now say, I don't love anymore. Love is a commitment, not a feeling. Love is what? Is a commitment, not a feeling. Love is a choice, not a feeling. Love involves a feeling, but it's beyond a feeling. So it is you making a choice. It's you making a commitment that I'm going to be committed to this. So let's wrap up today by looking at the 4 dimensions of love. And then we'll continue next week. 4 dimensions of love. Every time you see the word love, there are 4 words translated love. Number 1 is agape, that we call agape love. The second one is phileo. Third one is eros. And fourth one is storge. So we're going to look at it one after the other. The first one is agape. This refers to divine love. Agape is God's kind of love because God is love. When the Bible says God is love, it's agape. When the Bible says the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Spirit, that's agape. It's God's kind of love. Agape is unconditional love. It's a love that has nothing to do with conditions, nothing to do with reciprocity. For God so loved the world that he gave. Even while we're yet sinners, Christ died for the ungodly. Agape. And that is divine love. So when you hear to err is human, to forgive is divine. There are things that people will do in your life that even though you try to forgive, you can't because it's not natural to do it. But when you connect to the Spirit of God, you find yourself forgiving and you're like, I can't even imagine that this person did this thing to me before. Hello? And that's why it's not good to keep diaries of bad things. Because when you keep diary of bad things, by the time you are forgiving the person, you are moving on, maybe 2-3 years later, you are clearing your house. And you just open the diary one day, and then you now see the thing the person said. I'm telling you, it has happened to me before. When I was moving house, maybe like 14, 15 years ago, and when the church started, we had a lot of, young church. You have a lot of issues, and there are different things that people have done over the years. Some people have written me letters that are immoral letters. Some people have written me letters that are insulting letters. All kinds of things. They will drop it in offering buckets. So I kept some of those things. And then when I just saw a file. It's called insanity file. No, yeah, I have a insanity file. You see, people that are insane. I just put it in. So I said, insanity file. So I just picked it up. Before you know it, I said, I didn't know when I started reading. I now saw that one of the guys that was now, he's a pastor here then, they wrote a letter. He insulted me, finished me, destroyed me. And I said, he's like, this guy don't curse me before. And he's now a pastor and I love him. How did we arrive at this? I've forgotten that the guy who ever wrote me a letter. I've forgotten. That day I said, no. I saw 8 pages of one girl that said that she's my wife. Insanity fire. So I just see her every day. I said, no, you can't be keeping this kind of thing. You can't. So very, very important. So agape is God's kind of love. It's God's kind of love. Number 2 is filial. This refers to love that is based on feeling and affection for another. Feeling and affection for another. So that feeling, though you are affectionate about someone, you feel good about someone, you care for someone, that's filial. But you see, one thing about filial is that filial is a love that is based on reciprocity. That's one thing that marks filial apart. It's based on reciprocity. So you find out that when you are the one giving and giving and giving and caring, and the other person is not caring, after a while, you just chuck it out because it's filial. It's not agape. You need conditions to be in place for filial to continue. Some conditions must be met. Because every time you are in filial, you have expectations. Conscious and unconscious. That okay, because I care for you, you too should care for me. Mutual love, mutual respect, but it doesn't work like that most of the time. It's the 1st of May 2026, and this is the best month of the year because this month on the 20th of May will be my birthday, and as my custom is in the last few years, I have good news for you. So I say congratulations to you, because between the 1st of May and the 30th of May, you have an opportunity to plug into the 50% promo in our Genesis Estate Abuja. Yes, you heard me right, 50% birthday promo. So instead of 20 million, you pay just 10 million naira. With 10 million naira, you have a plot of land. It covers for all your documentation, covers for developmental and infrastructural due, no extra payment, and you'll be allocated immediately you complete your payment. Listen and listen well, we have just 50 plots available for this birthday promo. So you have this month of May to plug in, and we'll give you 90 days to complete payment, but your first deposit must come in this month. So Genesis Estate, Hauta Balefi, behind Bingham University, you have no reason not to plug in. Congrats in advance. Some of the people you are expecting to show you love has never experienced love. You think everybody grew up with a father and mother, wake up every morning, do morning devotion, they go to school, their father will drop them, or they will eat together at the table. Some people have never heard, I love you from their father. Some people don't even have father. Some people, their father every day will tell them, his curses and insult. Their mother will curse them from morning to night. Some people, the houses, the environment they live in is so toxic that to love is to be weak. To love, to say you love somebody, you have to be on guard. Because anybody can be plotting your graph. So you should ready with a penknife heart that you show me. That is the kind. So somebody that grew up in that environment, you now expect that person to be reciprocated. Even that your love is. What's he up to? What's she up to? They are already, because in the world they grew up in, everything is calculation. So you have to understand the realities of many of the people you are trying to relate with. Number 3 is eros. This refers to love based on sexual passion and attraction. So it's all about erotic. It's all about sexual passion. And that is why you are not supposed to open up to this until you are married. Because it's Pandora's box. Once you open it, you say, can a man put fire in his bosom and not be burnt? Once you open this on fire, and then you will see yourself misbehaving, you wonder. And finally, storge. This refers to love based on family ties and blood relationship. So it's the love between cousins, the love between a father and a daughter, a mother and a son, the love between sisters. So it's all about blood relations. And now listen to me. The enemy can fake any of the love except agape. The only one the enemy cannot fake is agape. Because one thing the devil cannot do is fake transformation and regeneration. Every other thing, he can fake miracles, he can fake blessing. So devil can give people miracle, devil can give people blessing, but he can't transform the life of a man. That is one thing he can never do. So when it comes to love, many of the problems we have today is because people explore the others before exploring the first. When you don't have understanding of agape and you don't experience agape, it messes you up. Listen and listen well. People that grow up in a stable family where father, mother love each other and they love the children and create an healthy environment for them, it is difficult for such people to be messed up in love because they have already experienced love growing up. So by the time they are meeting a man or a woman, they already have a template of what love looks like. They have something to be able to say, okay, because that's why I tell you, if you are a man, love your daughter very well. Take care of your daughter very well. If you are a woman, love your son, take care of your son, and teach your son, because your son is going to be somebody else's wife, somebody else's husband, and somebody else's father. Your daughter is going to be somebody else's wife and somebody else's mother. So make sure that that man or woman that you are raising in that house, you are raising a wife and a husband, a mother and a father, that people will be proud of you in the future. We do our family meetings every year. All the families came. And then when everybody was talking, one of the wives, when she wanted to talk, she said, I just want to start by appreciating mommy. That's my mom. That because what we went through this year, I was not available. My husband was the one cooking. In fact, the children love this food more than, he said, my husband cooks. My husband takes care of a lot of things that, just great, mommy, thank you. Immediately she said that, everyone said, yes, mommy, yes, my wife said, in father, everybody, all the wives, including my wife. And my wife now asked mommy, because she said, mommy, how did you do it? Because look at here now, all of us that married your son, we are now thanking you for raising them. How did you raise them to be able to cook? They do it because my husband doesn't have any chores. He irons clothes, even though he's an overseer. He takes dirty. He does all kinds of stuff. He goes to the kitchen. Sometimes he will tell me to sit down. They say all the wives were saying the same thing. Why? When our mother was raising us, there is no boy and girl. She will tell you, she will be telling us, you can't be spoiled and be useless. So my mother has timetable. So Monday, you are the one doing everything. Wash plate, everybody will eat. Only you go back and go work. Tuesday. Now and we're 5, so it's Monday to Friday. Everybody has their day. And that has helped us. So when you are raising children, understand these things, because many of you that are saying you have a bad mother-in-law, you are going to be a mother-in-law one day. Then what you are sowing now, you will reap. Because what you sow is what you reap. Hello? So these loves that we have looked at, one of it is the only one that the enemy cannot counterfeit. So you need to make sure that you have the love of God in your heart, and then God will now be the one leading you. Because when you connect to God, love is first of all vertical before it becomes horizontal. When you connect to God, God is now the one that will connect you to people that are equally connected to Him. But when you connect to people first and you are now trying to connect to God, some things will not be the way it's supposed to be. And that's why you see a lot of people where even in storage, the father is sleeping with the daughter. Hello? In my lifetime, I've experienced some terrible things. 2, 1, on our streets where we used to live, a man impregnated the daughter. The daughter was pregnant for the father. Another case I dealt with in Abuja, this girl was having normal relationship with the father for like 10 years. It's like the father is the sugar daddy. Normal. And she was telling us, what are you talking about? It's my father. We love each other. We care for each other. It was like Nollywood. You won't believe it. Normal. 10 years, normal. And she's not as if normal. It's like, but it's supposed to be the father. Hello? So we see all kinds of evil, all kinds of atrocities. Dr. Dike Olukaya was sharing a story of something that happened one day when a woman came to see him with a guy. And the woman said, I came to see her, I need help. What's the problem? He said, I'm pregnant. He said, you are married. He said, that's the problem. He says, what's the problem? He said, this is my first son. He said, he's the father. Yeah, true life story. So the first son impregnated the mother. So when that child is born, the child's father will be the brother, and the child's grandfather, may we not see evil. Understanding true love.